Okay, I'm recording.
Okay, come on in. I think when we last did our first episode, Lou over here said that he was going to be gray by the end of the trip. However, he's black. His hair is turning black. So, what do you think?
I think it's been, 3 weeks? 2,000 miles? It's been a long trip.
I think it's been longer than 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's talk about our route, because remember before he couldn't figure out the route, so we did D.C.
Washington, D.C.
Yeah, but I didn't get to see the Supreme Court. Weather was bad.
The crime museum was very cool.
The crime museum?
The crime. You did an autopsy.
That was at the crime museum?
Yeah.
Oh, I like the spy museum.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was cool.
No. We didn't go into the spy museum. We just went to the store. We went to the crime museum with the autopsies and the Bonnie and Clyde's car and all kinds of stuff.
That was really, really terrible. We didn't do an autopsy. We actually stayed an extra day just so that we could do this autopsy. And it wasn't an autopsy.
She was expecting a real autopsy.
Now, I was expecting any kind of an autopsy. We didn't do any kind of autopsy. They gave us some dead pigs, and
we had to figure out
how they died, and very underwhelming. Okay, so then after that, we went to
Atlanta.
We went to Atlanta from D.C. We didn't go anywhere in between.
No.
Okay, so we went to Atlanta. 30 degrees. But we had a good time because we stayed at the Hyatt, which was right in downtown, and good food.
Yeah, Sweet George's Juke Joint and Mary Mac's.
Good food.
Very, very good food.
And that's about it for Atlanta. Nothing much. We didn't do any tourist attractions. So after that, we went to Mississippi.
Mississippi? We didn't go to North Carolina, South Carolina, right?
Oh, that was before Atlanta.
Okay.
I knew we missed something.
What did we do in North Carolina?
We went to North Carolina.
Oh, Bill.
No, he was in South Carolina.
It's the same thing. He's right at the border.
Yeah, we hung out with my friend Bill and his wife.
I forgot about it.
That was in South Carolina. That was in North Carolina?
Yeah, South Carolina, North Carolina. Remember
yeah, we
that?
were only there for like a day. That's
that was
why
like
we don't remember.
that Rock Hill, Charlotte border.
So, okay, so we did that, and then we did Atlanta, and then we went to, and it's still cold, and snow, and we're still miserable.
We drove through Alabama.
Yeah, we didn't stop in Alabama. There was nothing there. Except Selma. No, Selma. That's when the president was there.
No, we weren't there.
No, but when we got to Mississippi, he was in Selma.
He was in Selma.
So we didn't stop there because we knew it was going to be a madhouse. So we didn't go to Alabama. But his driving isn't that great. But it's getting better. I drove to Mississippi. I always have to drive in the bad weather because he can't see so good. And he's good on the highway, but he's not good in the city, and he can't park.
Yeah. Although I've gotten this 2,000 miles.
Highway. Good weather highway driving.
Mississippi. We went to Mississippi. Then we went
wait, that's where they thought I was your hooker.
Well, that's what you perceived to be.
Okay, so what happened was we were at this inn, and there was a Waffle House. We went for breakfast, and it was like E.F. Hutton. Everybody just stopped and stared at us.
Black and white.
Yeah. Mississippi. A lot of really fat people and old, I don't know.
Crusty.
Yeah, ugly.
Ashy.
Really?
It's so much about Mississippi.
Okay, so then I found out, I said to him, I think they think I'm your whore. And he says, well, why do you say that? And I'm like, well, I'm black, you're white, and we're like coming from the inn. And then I found out later that the prostitution corner was like right down the block. So I was right that they thought I was his hooker.
But let's not dog Mississippi. Mississippi is the mecca
Of what?
of modern civilization.
Bullshit.
It's the birthplace of rock and roll, blues, and music. So,
And we saw none of the above. We didn't see rock and roll, soul, or music.
it's
And that's the thing about this trip.
and Mississippi
You gotta have music.
is also the birthplace of some of the best literature.
You're so full of shit. We didn't do any of this stuff in Mississippi. We were there for one day.
I was gonna go to the Crossroads. If you're a rock fan, you know what I'm talking about. But it was like 5 hours away. So
He wanted to go to the Delta.
Mm,
And we don't even know what these things mean.
right.
Okay, so much for Mississippi. So then we went to
New Orleans.
New Orleans. That's when we first started having a good time. New Orleans. What can I say?
Food.
Grilled oysters and
Food. And more food.
yeah, we had great food. I went to Bourbon Street. He got drunk and passed out, so I went by myself. And I had such a good time in this bar that had a great band playing Motown. I'm sorry, I didn't have my camera, I didn't get any footage. But I don't really do bars, and this bar was great. I mean, the bar wasn't great, the music was great.
New Orleans. Go there, hang out in the French Quarter.
We didn't go to the French Quarter. Oh, yeah, we did.
We could stay in the French Quarter.
I tried to buy this monstrosity of a canoe, an African-made
Just wanted to buy a boat.
canoe
And put it on the car.
with people rowing.
Yeah, about the size of little midgets. And
Yeah,
she wanted to put it in the car. I said no.
it was really nice.
We couldn't
It was
fit.
made out of mahogany.
No. It was ridiculously big. We could barely fit what we got in there now.
Yeah, we're gonna do a whole video on what it takes to go cross country, packing and unpacking, and going from hotel to hotel. And it's more than an ocean. We have lost like 10 pounds, and
Man, this every time we stop, I gotta unload like 100 pounds, 200 pounds of shit.
he's losing weight. That's one way to do it.
Then we went to Houston.
Houston, the rodeo. Well, we didn't get to see the rodeo, but I had a great time riding the bull at the mechanical bull. And then I went to the livestock show where I saw the auction for bull semen. We've got video on that coming. That was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Bull semen. $35,000. Wow. Anyway.
Actually, no, it was like, all told it was going to cost them like $350,000.
That was including the bull.
Oh, including the boom?
Yeah, that was including the bull. And I actually met real ranchers, Mexicans and white, but like cool, really cool, handsome guys, really handsome. These ranchers look good.
And then we went to San Antonio.
I want to live in San Antonio.
It's a pretty city. People are very nice.
Very nice.
And usually nice.
Very nice, and they all speak English.
And Spanish.
And English.
Matter of fact, I can't.
They all speak English. They're not like the Dominicans.
Ever since we.
They're not like New York where nobody speaks English.
Not for nothing, but ever since we got to Texas, it seems like it's like 85% Hispanic.
Well, hello, Texas, Mexico. And then we went to the Alamo.
We went to the Alamo.
And then I bought lots of masks. Oh, what about my upside down mask?
Mm-hmm.
Where one way it's smiling and then you turn it upside down and it's frowning.
And we got
Way
hats.
cool. We got our cowboy hats. Well, I got mine in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
And you got yours in San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
I bought a whip so I could kick his ass.
And San Antonio is a pretty city.
I didn't want to leave. We stayed there for 6 days. We had so much fun. And the reason we had so much fun was because this hotel we were at was like right across the street from the market square. I mean, literally, you walk out your door and you cross the street, you're in the square. So what we didn't know was that there was a festival. So we had front row seats to the festival.
A Tejano music festival.
Yeah, we learned all about Tejanos.
Yeah, because she keeps calling everybody Mexican. They're not Mexican. These people are born in Texas.
They're of Mexican descent, and Tejanos are Mexican Texans.
You know.
right?
Yeah.
So they're Mexican,
Mm.
but they all speak perfect English with no accent. So they are American, but they're so nice, so nice.
Then after San Antonio, we stopped at Fort Stockton. So much
Oh,
for that.
that's
So much for
because-
that.
Mr. over here thought that he could drive from San Antonio to the caverns. Huh. He's like, oh, you know, it's only 500 miles. We could do it in a day. It's only going to be 6 hours. However, I-10 is extremely boring and there's nothing to look at. I mean, it's desert and boring and flat and boring. So after 4 hours, I couldn't take it anymore. So we saw signs for Fort Stockton and we stopped there, which wasn't so bad. We got the car washed.
You know, mechanics don't work on Saturday. Fort Stockton.
And we went to Walmart.
We went to Walmart, luckily. Mechanics.
And that's it for Fort Stockton. And then we went to
Now we're at Carlsbad.
yeah, but thank God we didn't try to go to Carlsbad that day because it took us like 3-4 hours to get here. Because even though it's only 200 miles,
It's back roads.
we could only drive like 40 miles an hour
We're literally driving in back roads with dust and cactus on both sides.
after we washed the car.
Mm. There is nobody for miles, front or back.
Okay, if your car breaks down, you're shit out of luck.
You're dead.
It's like those movies where,
Yeah.
you know, you're on this deserted road and you
Yeah.
don't see cars for miles and miles. It's just like that.
Yeah, blacktop. You know, two-way blacktop. You know, that's it.
And so now we're at the caverns and it's like 3,000 feet up, fresh air. Fresh air.
The dogs are loving it.
The dogs are loving it. There's a horse and some mules around the corner.
There's a stray dog out there that wants to play with
Oh
our
yeah.
dogs.
Oh, this mangy ass dog. I had to
It's a
teach
mutt.
my husband how to protect us with his cane.
And the food here, it's amazing. Hamburgers.
Yeah.
And
Thank
cheese
God we
fries.
went to Walmart and we stocked up on some deli stuff. So that's pretty much our staple because
But the place,
other than a hamburger.
but not for nothing, we're like at the entrance, and the place is cool in the area.
Yeah, we really like where we're staying. It's like a little studio apartment.
And if they fix it up, this town would be really amazing.
Yeah, the town. There's no stores or anything, but
They got these old style adobe buildings that are just empty, waiting for somebody to take over. Ashley.
so this is episode 2. Stay tuned
Okay.
for more travels. Because after this, we're going to Arizona.
We are. I think we're going to Las Cruces.
Is that still New Mexico?
Yes.
And then Arizona.
Mm.
Okay. Bye.
All right.
We're so stupid. We forgot to turn off the TV. We
I
might have to do the whole thing all over again.
know, right? Jeez.
I could just hear the TV in the background the whole time.